back in the US of A for a couple weeks. My parents this weekend are going to be having their 65th wedding anniversary, so we're going to be hanging out with them and doing some other things. So I'm actually headed back to a helicopter base I used to work out of in Paoli, Indiana, and this is the road, Highway 150, that I used to drive a couple times a week. We did 24-hour shifts, or actually technically we did 24-hour shifts, but it was supposed to be two 12-hour shifts because we were supposed to work 24-hour shifts. And anyway, this is part of the drive I had, and it was through Hardinsburg and Fredericksburg. This is Fredericksburg, and this is rural Indiana. And I used to drive this, like I said, 38 miles up to Paoli. It used to take me about 45 minutes or so. But I'm gonna hopefully see one of the pilots that is still left there. There's only two pilots that I know that are still there, and apparently one paramedic working part-time, and no one else that I know is still there. So it just shows unfortunately the turnover that happens. But this is the Blue River. So anyway, the canoe rental, we did that before. So this is the place. I used to see this every day, and things like, actually there used to be a house right there, it burned down. No, I think it was up here. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so I'll do a couple of little clips of the ride in, and then hopefully we'll get some views of the base. I don't know if the pilot will get on the camera or not. Here's the typical farm's implements. So anyway, on my way to Paoli, Indiana, to the aircraft base I worked out of for 6 years. So this is rural Indiana with all the cornfields everywhere. This is the part of the drive, but it's interesting as I was thinking about this coming in, is that everywhere everywhere I drive by here, it's almost, there's a memory of a car accident here, or up ahead there's one of the other crews had a guy, I think he was in his 40s or 50s, that was severely burned and ended up dying. And then I think just over this hill, we landed at a parking lot to pick up an 18-month-old that was having an allergic reaction that we had to get to Children's Hospital. And so it's just, there's the parking lot up there. But it's interesting that it brings back so many memories, seeing so many things different now, because it's been a couple of years, but also the memories of the things that happen at each of these places. And it also starts to bring back memories of all the other things that happened. And one of the things I had said one time was that whether it's police, fire, EMS, the helicopter crews, they all have a scrapbook of pictures and memories that I really believe stays with you forever. You don't necessarily, you don't think about them maybe daily, unless you're in the middle of it. But for me, every now and then I'll wake up or I'll remember a flight or an incident, and it's still, some of the images still haunt me a bit, but it's actually, I realize how much of a weight it is off my shoulders not to have to be ready at every moment to try to intervene in someone who's trying to die, or bad things are happening, bringing calm to chaos, or whatever it may be. Because on the helicopter, usually, not always, but usually when we got called, it was bad stuff. So, and we had to try to keep people alive, or do things. Had to do it from protocols, because we didn't have doctors and crews and nurses like in the emergency room. They're all there at your side. It's just you and the nurse and the pilot. So it was it was on you guys, and the nurses had to know what the paramedics knew, how to intubate and things like that, and then the paramedics had to know what the nurses knew. So we all had to be equal as much as possible anyway. So this is the drive, and some of the memories are coming back now. So anyway, as we come into the city of Paoli, which is the hospital that I was based at was Orange County Paoli Hospital. I just thought I'd give a quick synopsis of what my career was in fire and EMS. And so anyway, I guess I became a volunteer firefighter at age 18. small fire department, a couple stations in suburbs of Louisville in the county. And shortly after that, I became an EMT. I think it's around 19 or so, age 19. Worked as an EMT in southern Indiana, like Jeffersonville and New Albany, for maybe a couple of years. And then I tried to get on Louisville EMS. There was a 2-year waiting list to work as an EMT, and so, but they had no paramedics in the county or city, so that was the commodity. So I went off to Davenport College in Grand Rapids, Michigan, became a paramedic, and came back after 2 years of college. And then they wanted me, and I did my internship at Jefferson County Police EMS, and then got hired by Louisville EMS back in I guess it would have been 84, and that was back when, in the heyday of Louisville EMS, when it was actually a really great service. So anyway, I did that for a few years, and then I became a flight paramedic at Jewish Hospital in Louisville on the helicopter, SkyCare it was called. Did that for part-time for 4 years, full-time for 4 years. Then left and went back to the fire department and got a real retirement, did 20 years there. But while I was there, I still did paramedic stuff. I never lost my paramedic license. Always worked as a paramedic somewhere, at least a couple of shifts a week. And then, let's see, retired from there. I went back, got talked into going back to flying. That's where I ended up in here in Paoli, working on a helicopter that I really wasn't excited about, but boy, the night vision goggles was really a change. We're coming into Paoli now. So anyway, did that, and then the last couple years, I guess I quit there in December of 2021, because I got offered a job in the emergency room in Clark County, Indiana, and I was working half the hours for double the pay, so it was well worth it. I did that for a couple years, and I finally retired when they were taken over by a big corporation, and I didn't really want to be a part of that. So anyway, it's a good movement to retirement, and it was good. Wow, this is really different. This is the town square of Paoli, and it just feels really different. I'm not sure what's different about it. It seems like there's like trees missing or something. But anyway, this was my trip into coming to the hospital. So once we get close to the hospital, I'll pick it back up again. This is the hospital that I was based out of, Paoli, Indiana, and this is the base, the hangar, and there's the crew quarters. And the hose is laid out like they're on a flight and they're going to be coming back. So I may have missed somebody here. I have to go and see who's here, because actually the truck of the pilot that I wanted to catch, I don't see it. So I don't know if that means they're gone or if he left or not. But anyway, we'll see.
Oh, okay. You know, they do pop up.
I'll tell you about that in a minute. Yeah. So this is how you pick up a Bell 206. So the good thing about AirVac and what they did here is they keep the aircraft inside, out of the sun, the extreme temperatures, when it's raining, ice, all that stuff, it's all inside. So it's really a great setup. Plus the mechanic can work in a nice area. They have all their tools in here, and then the crews have their medical stuff in here. So it's a good setup all around.